Right now, as you're watching this, over 180 nations are locked in the most intense aerial arms race in human history. While most people sleep peacefully, knowing their skies are protected, few realize that the balance of global air power shifted dramatically in 2025. China just achieved something that took America decades to perfect. Russia deployed fighters that can literally dance in the sky. And the United States, they've created machines so advanced that enemy pilots often don't even know they're under attack until it's too late. But here's what's truly remarkable and slightly terrifying. The gap between the world's most advanced air forces and everyone else isn't just widening, it's becoming an ocean. We're talking about aircraft that can see through mountains, communicate instantly across continents, and strike targets 1,000 miles away, while remaining completely invisible to radar. These aren't just fighter jets anymore. They're flying supercomputers armed with the most lethal weapons ever created. Welcome to Jet Insight, where we decode the machines that guard our freedoms. Today, we're revealing the 10 most advanced fighter jets dominating Earth's skies in 2025. Some of these aircraft are so classified that even mentioning their capabilities could change international relations. Others represent technological leaps so massive that they've redefined what air superiority actually means. And before we climb to altitude, if you believe our brave pilots deserve the most advanced tools to keep us safe, type "you proud" in the comments below. Let's show our support for the men and women who risk everything to maintain peace through strength. Chapter 1. The Crown Jewel of American Air Power. The Lockheed Martin F-35. Lightning II isn't just America's most advanced fighter. It's become the backbone of Allied air power across the globe. With over 1,000 aircraft delivered to 20-plus nations, this isn't just a fighter jet. It's a diplomatic weapon that binds allies together through shared technology and mutual defense. What makes the F-35 truly revolutionary isn't just its stealth capability, though that angular design can slip through enemy radar like a ghost. It's the brain inside the machine. The F-35's sensor fusion system processes information from dozens of sources simultaneously, creating a battlefield picture so complete that pilots describe it as having supernatural awareness. In 2025, the F-35 received its most significant upgrade ever, Block 4. This isn't just a software update. We're talking about 75 major improvements that fundamentally transform how this aircraft fights. The new radar can track targets at ranges that seemed impossible just years ago. The electronic warfare systems can jam enemy communications while simultaneously protecting friendly forces. And perhaps most impressive, the F-35 can now carry weapons that strike targets over 1,000 miles away. But here's what really sets the F-35 apart. It comes in 3 flavors, each designed for specific mission requirements. The F-35A takes off and lands conventionally, serving as the workhorse for air forces worldwide. The F-35B can hover like a helicopter and land vertically, giving Marines the ability to operate from ships that never carried fighters before. The F-35C features larger wings and stronger landing gear, designed specifically for the brutal environment of aircraft carrier operations. The economic impact alone tells the story of American aerospace dominance. 20 nations have invested in the F-35 program, creating jobs across multiple continents while ensuring that America's closest allies share the most advanced fighter technology ever created. When Norway completed its order of 52 F-35s in 2025, they didn't just buy fighter jets, they bought a ticket into the most exclusive defense club on Earth. Chapter 2. The Apex Predator. If the F-35 is the quarterback of American air power, the F-22 Raptor is the ultimate linebacker, built for one purpose: absolute air superiority. With only 185 of these machines ever built, seeing an F-22 in action is like witnessing a technological miracle. The Raptor can cruise at supersonic speeds without using afterburners, a capability called Super Cruise that gives it a decisive advantage in any air battle. While enemy fighters burn through fuel trying to catch up, the F-22 maintains Mach 1.8 effortlessly, positioning itself for the perfect shot. Its thrust vectoring engines can redirect exhaust in multiple directions, allowing maneuvers that defy physics. But the F-22's most impressive feature isn't its speed or agility. It's its invisibility. This aircraft has a radar signature 15 times smaller than the already stealthy F-35. To enemy radar operators, an approaching F-22 appears smaller than a flying bird. By the time they realize what they're facing, the Raptor has already launched its missiles and disappeared. 2025 brought massive upgrades to keep the F-22 relevant for decades. The new infrared defensive system gives it superhuman vision, detecting threats in all directions simultaneously. The AIM-260 missile integration extends its killing range beyond anything potential enemies can match. Perhaps most fascinating, the F-22 is now being modified to control autonomous drone wingmen, essentially multiplying each pilot's combat effectiveness. Recent combat operations proved the F-22's continued relevance. During Operation Midnight Hammer, Raptors penetrated heavily defended airspace, eliminated high-value targets, and returned without a single loss. Enemy air defenses, despite being among the world's most advanced, couldn't even track the attacking aircraft. The F-22 represents something unique in military aviation, a platform so advanced that America refused to sell it to even its closest allies. Every bolt, every circuit, every line of code remains exclusively American, ensuring that this ultimate air superiority fighter stays exactly where it belongs, protecting American interests and American lives. Chapter 3. The Dragon Awakens. China's emergence as a fifth-generation fighter power represents one of the most significant shifts in global military balance since World War II. The Shenyang J-35, entering production in 2025, proves that China has mastered the most complex aerospace technologies on Earth. Unlike American fighters designed primarily for established air forces, the J-35 was built with expansion in mind. The naval variant, successfully tested on China's newest aircraft carrier, gives Beijing power projection capabilities that were unimaginable just decades ago. The land-based J-35A provides the People's Liberation Army Air Force with stealth capabilities that rival anything in Western arsenals. What makes the J-35 particularly concerning for Western military planners is its twin-engine design. While this makes the aircraft larger and potentially easier to detect, it also provides redundancy and payload capacity that single-engine fighters can't match. In a conflict scenario, this extra capacity could prove decisive. The J-35's development timeline tells a remarkable story of Chinese technological advancement. From initial prototype to production aircraft in just 4 years, represents an industrial achievement that challenges Western assumptions about Chinese capabilities. Early intelligence assessments suggested China was at least a decade behind American stealth technology. Those assessments were clearly wrong. Perhaps most significantly, the J-35 represents China's first truly exportable fifth-generation fighter. While America restricts F-22 sales and carefully controls F-35 access, China appears ready to sell J-35s to any nation with sufficient funds. Pakistan has reportedly expressed interest in acquiring up to 40 aircraft, which would fundamentally alter the balance of power in South Asia. The strategic implications extend far beyond individual aircraft capabilities. China now operates 2 distinct fifth-generation fighter programs, the long-range J-20 and the more versatile J-35. This diversity provides Beijing with options and redundancy that only America previously possessed. Chapter 4. The Eastern Dragon. The Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon represents China's first operational stealth fighter, and perhaps their most impressive aerospace achievement to date. With over 200 aircraft now in service, the J-20 has moved from experimental curiosity to genuine threat. Designed specifically for Pacific theater operations, the J-20 prioritizes range and payload over pure agility. This massive aircraft can carry more weapons farther than any other stealth fighter currently flying. In a conflict scenario, J-20s operating from mainland China could threaten targets throughout the entire Pacific region. The J-20's canard configuration, those small wings mounted ahead of the main wings, provides enhanced lift and maneuverability characteristics. While this design potentially compromises stealth compared to more conventional layouts, it gives the aircraft impressive performance at all flight regimes. Recent intelligence suggests that China has overcome early engine limitations that plagued the J-20 program. The integration of domestically produced WS-15 engines finally gives this fighter the power it was designed to harness. These new engines provide not just improved performance, but also strategic independence from Russian suppliers. What makes the J-20 particularly noteworthy is its networking capability. Rather than operating as an isolated platform, the J-20 integrates seamlessly with other Chinese military systems, sharing targeting data and coordinating attacks across multiple domains. This system of systems approach represents a fundamental shift in how China views air combat. The J-20's growing presence in the Pacific has already influenced American defense planning. The mere existence of 200-plus stealth fighters operating from Chinese bases forces American strategists to reconsider assumptions about air superiority that have remained unchanged since the Cold War ended. Chapter 5. The Russian Wild Card. The Sukhoi Su-57 Felon represents Russia's attempt to maintain relevance in the fifth-generation fighter competition. And while production numbers remain limited, its capabilities demand respect. This is an aircraft designed with a fundamentally different philosophy than its Western or Chinese counterparts. Where American fighters prioritize stealth above all else, the Su-57 balances reduced radar signature with extreme maneuverability. Its three-dimensional thrust vectoring system allows maneuvers that seem to violate the laws of physics. Pilots describe flying the Su-57 as conducting an aerial ballet. Graceful, powerful, and utterly unpredictable. The Su-57 can turn at 30 degrees per second, a rate that would cause most pilots to lose consciousness. Its advanced flight control systems ensure that the aircraft remains controllable even in the most extreme maneuvers. In a close-range dogfight, this agility advantage could prove decisive. However, the Su-57 program faces significant challenges. Production has been slower than initially planned, with only about 20 aircraft currently in service. Quality control issues have plagued the program, and international sales have been limited. Even traditional Russian allies have shown little interest in purchasing the aircraft. Despite these limitations, the Su-57 has seen combat action. During the conflict in Ukraine, these fighters have launched long-range missile strikes while remaining safely within Russian airspace. This standoff capability demonstrates that even limited numbers of advanced fighters can influence conflict outcomes. The Su-57's future remains uncertain. Russia lacks the economic resources to produce these fighters in large numbers, and international sanctions have limited access to critical components. Yet the aircraft's unique capabilities ensure that Western military planners must account for its presence in any conflict scenario. Chapter 6. European Excellence. The Dassault Rafale proves that smaller nations can still produce world-class fighter aircraft. This French-designed omni-role fighter has achieved something that larger, more expensive programs sometimes miss. It actually works, consistently, in the real world. With over 500 aircraft on order globally, the Rafale has become France's most successful defense export. Nations from India to Egypt have chosen this fighter over American and Russian alternatives, drawn by its proven capabilities and operational flexibility. What sets the Rafale apart is its Spectra electronic warfare suite, considered among the most effective self-protection systems ever created. This integrated system can jam enemy radars, deceive incoming missiles, and protect friendly forces simultaneously. Pilots describe Spectra as having an invisible shield that makes the aircraft nearly invulnerable to conventional threats. The Rafale has seen extensive combat action across multiple continents. From Afghanistan to Libya, from Mali to Syria, this fighter has proven its capabilities in the harshest environments imaginable. Its ability to switch seamlessly between air-to-air and air-to-ground missions makes it ideal for modern military operations. France's decision to develop the Rafale independently, rather than joining larger international programs, initially seemed risky. However, this independence has paid dividends. While other nations wait for committee decisions and navigate complex international agreements, France can upgrade the Rafale quickly and sell it to whoever they choose. The latest F4 standard brings enhanced radar capabilities and improved networking, ensuring that the Rafale remains competitive well into the 2030s. For nations seeking proven capability without the complexity of fifth-generation fighters, the Rafale represents an attractive alternative. Chapter 7. Allied Engineering. The Eurofighter Typhoon represents one of the most successful international defense collaborations in history. Developed jointly by Britain, Germany, Italy, and Spain, this Delta Wing fighter combines European engineering excellence with proven combat effectiveness. The Typhoon's inherently unstable design requires computer assistance to remain airborne, but this instability translates into exceptional agility. Advanced fly-by-wire systems process pilot inputs thousands of times per second, allowing maneuvers that would be impossible in conventional aircraft. What makes the Typhoon particularly impressive is its growth potential. Originally designed as an air superiority fighter, continuous upgrades have transformed it into a true multi-role platform. The latest variants can strike ground targets with precision while maintaining full air-to-air capability. The Typhoon's Captor E radar represents a significant advancement in sensor technology. This active electronically scanned array can track dozens of targets simultaneously while maintaining search patterns in multiple directions. Combined with the Meteor Beyond Visual Range missile, the Typhoon can engage threats at distances exceeding 100 miles. International cooperation has been both the Typhoon's greatest strength and its biggest challenge. While shared development costs made the program affordable for individual nations, decision-making has sometimes been slow. However, the result is an aircraft that no single European nation could have developed alone. Recent export sales to nations like Qatar and Kuwait demonstrate the Typhoon's continued market appeal. As European nations begin planning sixth-generation fighter programs, the Typhoon provides a proven foundation for future development. Chapter 8. American Muscle Reimagined. The Boeing F-15EX Eagle II proves that sometimes evolution trumps revolution. While the world focuses on stealth fighters and exotic technologies, Boeing took America's most successful air superiority fighter and gave it a 21st century brain. The F-15EX represents the ultimate development of a platform that has never lost an air-to-air engagement. With over 100 aerial victories and 0 losses in combat, the original F-15 Eagle established a reputation for reliability and effectiveness that the EX variant carries forward. What makes the F-15EX special isn't just its proven airframe, it's the modern systems packed inside. The APG-82 radar can track targets at ranges that seemed impossible when the original F-15 first flew. Digital fly-by-wire controls give the aircraft enhanced stability and performance. The Eagle Passive Active Warning Survivability System provides electronic warfare capabilities that rival dedicated jamming aircraft. But the F-15EX's real advantage is payload capacity. With 29 hardpoints capable of carrying nearly 30,000 pounds of weapons, this fighter can deliver more ordnance than many bombers. In an era where missile inventories matter more than ever, this capacity advantage could prove decisive. The F-15EX also addresses a critical capability gap in the American fighter fleet. While stealth fighters excel at penetrating enemy airspace, they carry limited weapons loads internally. The F-15EX can operate from secure airspace and launch massive salvos of long-range missiles, overwhelming enemy defenses through sheer volume. Cost-effectiveness makes the F-15EX particularly attractive. While fifth-generation fighters cost over $100 million each, the F-15EX provides advanced capability at a fraction of the price. For missions that don't require stealth, this proven platform offers unmatched value. Chapter 9. The Super Flanker. The Sukhoi Su-35S represents the ultimate evolution of Russia's most successful fighter design. Built on the proven Su-27 airframe, the Super Flanker incorporates decades of development and real-world experience into one formidable package. What immediately sets the Su-35S apart is its engines. The AL-41F1S power plants feature three-dimensional thrust vectoring that allows maneuvers no other operational fighter can match. Pilots can perform the famous Pugachev's Cobra, where the aircraft essentially stands on its tail while maintaining forward momentum, as a routine combat maneuver. The Su-35S's Urbis E radar system can detect targets at ranges exceeding 250 miles while tracking dozens of contacts simultaneously. This massive radar, one of the most powerful ever installed in a fighter aircraft, gives the Su-35S situational awareness that rivals dedicated surveillance platforms. International sales have been limited, but significant. China operates the Su-35S alongside their indigenous fighters, providing valuable comparison data. Egypt has acquired the type as part of their military modernization program. These sales provide Russia with crucial foreign currency while spreading their aerospace technology globally. In combat, the Su-35S has proven its effectiveness. Russian pilots flying these fighters have successfully engaged Ukrainian aircraft while providing air support for ground operations. The aircraft's combination of long-range, heavy payload, and advanced sensors makes it ideal for the multi-role missions that define modern air warfare. However, the Su-35S faces an uncertain future. International sanctions have limited Russia's access to critical components, potentially constraining future production. Nevertheless, existing aircraft continue to provide formidable capability that Western military planners must consider in any conflict scenario. Chapter 10. Scandinavian Innovation. The Saab JAS 39 Gripen E represents Swedish engineering at its finest, a fighter aircraft that achieves maximum capability with minimum resources. In an era where fighter costs often exceed national defense budgets, the Gripen offers advanced technology at affordable prices. Sweden's unique defense philosophy shaped the Gripen's development. Designed to operate from highways and dispersed bases, this fighter can deploy anywhere roads exist. Its simple maintenance requirements mean that conscript technicians can keep it flying, reducing dependence on specialized support personnel. The Gripen E's ES-05 Raven radar packs impressive capability into a compact package. This active electronically scanned array provides detection ranges and tracking accuracy that rival much larger systems. Combined with advanced electronic warfare systems, the Gripen can hold its own against more expensive competitors. What truly sets the Gripen apart is its networking capability. Swedish engineers designed this fighter from the ground up for information sharing. Multiple Gripens can operate as a distributed sensor network, with each aircraft contributing to a common tactical picture. This system of systems approach multiplies individual platform effectiveness. International sales success validates the Gripen's design philosophy. Brazil selected the Gripen E over American and European competitors, citing cost-effectiveness and technology transfer benefits. Other nations continue evaluating the aircraft as budget constraints make expensive alternatives increasingly difficult to justify. The Gripen's future looks bright as nations seek capable fighters without breaking their defense budgets. Sweden's commitment to continuous development ensures that this efficient fighter will remain competitive well into the future. Looking forward, the next chapter. For our community of military veterans, active service members, and defense enthusiasts who truly understand what these machines mean for global security, the evolution we're witnessing represents more than technological advancement. It's about maintaining the peace through strength that has protected free nations for decades. As we look toward the future, sixth-generation fighters are already taking shape in design studios across America and Europe. The U.S. Air Force's Next-Generation Air Dominance program promises capabilities that make today's advanced fighters seem primitive by comparison. European nations are collaborating on the Future Combat Air System, while Britain develops the Tempest fighter independently. These future platforms will integrate artificial intelligence, direct energy weapons, and autonomous systems in ways that fundamentally change air combat. The loyal wingman concept, where manned fighters control autonomous drones, has already begun testing with current aircraft serving as the command platforms. But perhaps the most important aspect of this technological race isn't the machines themselves. It's the people who fly them. American pilots, trained on the world's most advanced aircraft and backed by the most sophisticated support systems ever created, remain the decisive factor in maintaining air superiority. The 10 fighters we've explored today represent the cutting edge of human technological achievement. They embody the innovation, dedication, and strategic thinking that keeps free nations secure. While adversaries may develop impressive capabilities, they cannot match the combination of advanced technology, superior training, and unwavering determination that defines American airpower. These aircraft serve as guardians of freedom, operated by the finest pilots in the world and supported by the most professional air forces ever assembled. As long as American eagles soar above and allied partners stand together, the skies remain secure for all who value liberty and justice. If you found this deep dive into the world's most advanced fighters informative, consider subscribing for more insights into the technologies that defend our way of life. And remember, every time you see a contrail in the sky, there's a good chance you're looking at one of these incredible machines, flown by heroes who've dedicated their lives to keeping us all safe. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, keep looking up.